Hello everybody, it's Lego by Grego, and this is my review of Wings of Fire, the Dragonet Prophecy, which is the first book in the Wings of Fire series. I'm going to review all of them, all of the Wings of Fire books, like the main series novels. And, yeah, I don't know about the graphic novels. I actually reviewed the Lost Air graphic novel, which is the second book graphic novel. And I don't know if I'll review the third graphic novel, because I got that one for Christmas, along with like all these ones. And so yeah, I don't know. I might review that one though. I'm not sure. But yeah, so let's actually get into the review. This is a book series. The entire series is a series by Toy T. Sutherland, and yeah, I guess I'll tell you the plot. So I won't read the blurb. I'll tell you the plot. So basically, there's these of the first like arc, because Wings of Fire kind of kind of an interesting like restructured thing, because it has like arcs, 5 book arcs that they like have, and each book has like a different like point of view character. But yeah, so basically, 5 dragons who are like who are destined to be like end the war of all the dragons or whatever are are like kind of trapped under a mountain. Not trapped, but they're like they're under a mountain with these 3 other like adult dragons that are like preparing them for like doing that. But then also there are spoilers in this video for this book. Or if you care. So yeah, if you want to read this book, then spoilers in this video. But yeah, so but yeah, so but yeah, but then when one of their friends, or one of the 5 dragons, Glory, who's actually interesting because she's technically not part of the prophecy and stuff like that. But yeah, and when she's like, when the adult dragons are going to like kill her or whatever, because she's not part of the prophecy, and like the main dragon, who's like Marosier, I think, is like because she's not part of the prophecy, so they're going to kill her, and then the 5 dragonets escape, and then stuff happens. Very good review. Very good synopsis. But yeah, so let's start with like the characters, I guess. So yeah, I like the main character of this particular one is Clay, who is a mud dragon. Because there's like, how many tribes are there? Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure there's 7. There might be 8, and I didn't count. Yeah, there's 7. There are 7 like dragon tribes or whatever, and this one, and Clay is a Mudwing, or I think, yeah, Mudwing, and yeah, so, and he's a very like nice character. He's a very good character, I would say. Yeah, all the other characters I might get into, because they have their own. They have like their books where they're the point of view or whatever, and I might like do. I might get more into their characters, maybe. Like, I will talk about their characters, obviously, because they're characters in the book, like main characters of the book. But I might get even more into their characters, like what they're about and stuff, when I review their individual books. So, like, yeah. But yeah, so so Calais comes like through like he doesn't like, in some ways he doesn't really change, because he's always like this like very loyal to his friends. He's nice and stuff. Like, if he was in a Hogwarts house, he'd be in Hufflepuff, I would say, because he's very loyal and stuff. But so that doesn't really change. But what does change, so when he was like hatched or whatever, because they're dragons, or they hatch in like eggs or whatever, is because he was hatched with the other 4 dragonets, um and he like attacked them or whatever, or they call like the adult dragons like minders or something, but I never hear them like use that term again in any of the other books. But I'm just gonna call them minders, because that's what they like are, and they call them in this book. So I'm gonna call them minders. And yeah, so like the Minders thought that it was like him attacking and trying to kill them and stuff. But and that kind of like sets this like thing where the Skywing Minder orchestral um kind of like battles with like Clay and like keeps telling him like you need to unleash your inner monster or whatever. And Clay doesn't really want to do that because like one, he just doesn't think he can do that, and two, he doesn't want to do that because he'll like hate himself and stuff because he's like mean and stuff, and he doesn't want that. But yeah, but then it's revealed that it's kind of the opposite. So at the end of the book, it's kind of revealed that he's like wasn't attacking them. He was like doing some Mudwing thing where he helps the other dragons out of his shell or whatever, out of their shells or whatever. And yeah, that's really interesting, like kind of like mini twist sort of thing on the thing. I do think so. I think like of the 7 tribes, the Mudwings are like the most underdeveloped tribe because even though this isn't the only book where we only have like one book on the on because like every other like this isn't the only book that only has like one tribe. There are other ones that only have one book per character. Like the Ice Wings only have one like main character, like one point of view character in a book, and the Rain Wings only have one and stuff, and the Sky Wings too. But it just seems like even though like there's only one book with a point of view of like an Ice Wing or a Sky Wing or even like a Rain Wing, it which is what like Glory is, by the way. They're like Rain Wings. It's like a Rain Wing, and yeah, and yeah, but it seems like we just get more into those worlds instead of Mudwing tribes. So if they do make like more of these books after the third arc, and if those art books are like in like Pyria, I don't know how to say it, but it's exactly how to say the world this book take place in, or take place in. It's like Pyria or something like that. I think Pyria. That's Pyria, right? Pyrrhia. I think that's Pyria. So I'm gonna say Pyria. But yeah, and but if the next book does take place in Pyria instead of like the new continent or whatever, which I'll get into what that new continent is and stuff when I eventually get to the like Lost Continent, Hive Queen, and Poison Jungle, like those books. But yeah, and it's and it's like, man, if those do take place in Pyria or have something to do with like Pyria, then I want more like Mudwing ones. Yeah, let's get into the story. So, stories is very like interesting because like it's a really interesting because the like in for example Harry Potter, the prophecy is kind of like a very mysterious thing. But with, like Wings of Fire, it's kind of like I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, the story is pretty. Is I do like the story. There's good humor and stuff in it, when like with the characters, and they're very good like dynamics or whatever. Like they're good like dynamics and like I guess you could say chemistry. I guess in kind of a way, and yeah. Um, Queen Scarlet is kind of like the villain. Is a pretty good like villain for like book. See a book I get like for this kind of thing. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things because I've already read this series. Before doing these reviews, there's a lot of stuff that's like it's like once you know the point of view of the other. Like for example, once you read like I don't know any examples. I don't want to spoil the future books. But yeah, but like once you get the point of view of a certain character, reading it's that interesting because like once you know the point of like what this character, like what a character like thinks about for like the rest of the like for example, once you know like what Clay's like internal conflicts and all this stuff. Um, once he's like when he's in other books and like seeing through the eyes of other characters, you like think of that. And it's kind of just interesting to like see that. But yeah, the ending is pretty good. We get like the like little bit of like the looking into like the Mudwing thing or whatever. Still like not as much as I would personally like, but yeah. But yeah, then they just have like I think that's it. They have they just have the ending and then they like yeah, and I think that's it. I always feel like when I do the reviews I don't talk about the book that much, but I talk about the plot enough. But yeah, I really don't know what else to say. So yeah, that is the end of this review. Um, I would say I recommend it because I think this is a good series of books. Obviously, I think it is because I wouldn't be reviewing it otherwise. But yeah, I think this is a good book series, and yeah. So yeah, that is the end of the. I do recommend this. That is the end of this video. Stay tuned for next time when I review this book when I review Wings of Fire Lost Terror, which I've already reviewed the graphic novel of, but I want to review the actual, like, the novel, the original novel. So, yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all later. Bye.